First, there's the topic about the prodigal father who returned home after 10 years of hardship. Then there's the food stamp hustlers of TikTok. And lastly, we talk about the wife whose fine husband got away. You know who I'm talking about. And if you're wondering, I'm talking about Brenay and Tim. And if you're wondering who the hair weave killer is, that is the prodigal father. Lastly, we have Stephanie Thompson, the leader of the resilient Jenkins, with an update. So what's up, my friends, and welcome back once again to the Just Case and Brand. I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here at the Just Case and Bread. If you're not already a member of the Jaberhood, please do so by clicking subscribe. If you are a member of the Jaberhood, then you already know kind of what these hood news topics are, because we done talked about Brenay and Stephanie in the past. If you want to get caught up on them, look in the description box. I'll put some links in for you because it is juicy topics. Now, the hair weave killer is a fella from St. Louis. Let's get into him. On Twitter, the hair weave killer goes by Jimmy Darmoody. And no, I ain't talking about the character. He doesn't got no character traits like the character. Let me not get ahead of myself. He's a Twitter user from St. Louis who often posts about the kind of woman that he wants. He retweets them so you can see what his desires are. And a majority of the women are very much so Instagram models, the kind who are out of his league. Now, along with this, Mr. Hair Weave Killer also has two sons who he posts about. They each have their own mother, and we know this because he posts about it. There was one tweet where he was talking about how he went over to his son's house to go ahead and put up the Xbox game for him, and he just wishes his other son could move closer to him because he loves being a daddy so much. Then there was one tweet where he said he wishes he had a daughter. It seemed like he was trying to say, listen, I already got my boys, I just need my girl to complete my tribe, then I got enough. And when you look at him, he is the kind of black man you'd be like, oh, okay, he's nice looking, he might be a nice guy, he's a good father, a little shaky on what his Twitter posts to be about, but other than that, okay. See, while Mr. Hair Weave Killer was yearning to have a daughter, sharing lewd content to display what he wants and desires, and patting himself on the back for being a father of two sons and a baby daddy to two women, he was also missing in action as his 10-year-old daughter grew up for the last decade without him. You heard me right. While he was tweeting about how bad he wanted a daughter, he already had one. A few days ago, Mr. Hair Weave Killer announced that after so long, he was able to finally see his baby girl. He just had to take a journey from St. Louis to Kansas City. St. Louis to Kansas City, a 3-hour trip. He said he was away from his daughter for 10 years because they were so far apart. Let's keep going. He posted that little picture of him and his girl with a little teary-eyed emoji like, this is the best day of my life. You would have thought he didn't even know he had a daughter. And as the reporters on Black Twitter go to doing, after so many people talk about, oh, good job, you're finally in the daughter's life, congratulations, it's so good that you're in your daughter's life, they were like, where weren't you in your daughter's life for 10 years? St. Louis to Kansas City, that's a 3.5, maybe 4-hour trip? 10 years? So you must not have knew about the mother, right? He gets to tweeting back. He's like, you know what? I'll give black women an opportunity to feel the feelings that they have from their childhood because this was probably them. They probably grew up fatherless, so I'll let them criticize me as they will. Everyone else, listen, I didn't put this up here for you to judge me. I put this up here because I was joyous and I was happy at the occasion. And just as anybody does who put their business on the damn internet, what does this man say? It's really none of y'all business what the story is between me and her mama. Just know that we didn't get along and I was going through so much, so I couldn't be there for her. I had to take time for me time to be a good dad to her later on in time. Hair Weave, who also has 5,000 followers on Twitter, began to repost the negative comments about himself in between posting some sort of quotes that he was trying to give other deadbeat daddies, in between reposting those same type of women on his page over and over and over again. And anybody with common sense who looks at his thread, you can see, oh, he went and seen this girl for clout. He went and seen his daughter just to put it on the internet internet to say he was doing something. This boy wanted attention. He thought he was gonna put this on the internet and everybody was gonna be like, oh, you're doing such a good job at doing your job of being a father because you had a baby by the woman anyway. You're the one who sat up in here and wanted to bust up in that girl with no condom on. So get your ass on your grown man and get down to Kansas City and take care of your child. Want to brag about having 2 sons, how good of a dad he is, how tired he is when he doing this, doing that. The way that he smiled, I could tell he sucked on his thumb too long and his mama didn't hit him upside his damn head hard enough. And for my folks in advertising, you know how you could build a Facebook ad or a social media ad or a Google ad, and you can have a target audience, but then you could have a like audience based on that target audience, so you get more for your spend. You're gonna get who you want and then anybody who has similarities or similar interests to your target audience. The way that he's posting on Twitter with them women, every other tweet is something negative about him being a deadbeat. Then another woman being like, oh, but hats off to you, sir, for actually showing up. Then after that, it's a woman who's half naked, gyrating, gyrating, and doing all kind of X-rated things on the internet. What is he doing? He's trying to advertise himself as a barren, broken down father who all he wants to do is the right thing and who has supporters of women who believe in him. But he's also trying to show you what he's into because he don't want just any old in his DMs. That's what the is doing over on Twitter and think he got us fooled. Hell no, pumpkin head. And the question kept on floating around. If she's 10, you say you had a bad relationship with the mother. What was so bad to where you couldn't even see your daughter? You couldn't go to court. You couldn't arrange visitation with her. You couldn't do nothing. What happened that was so bad? Why they find a thread that was given the business about how the mother was sleeping with him and the best friend, didn't know who the father was. It was later confirmed that Hair Weave Killer was the father and he felt hurt and betrayed because she slept with his best friend, so there was no way that he could face up to having a baby. Judging by his timeline and by the investigation that I did up on it, because y'all know I'm basically in the FBI, he knew the type of woman that he was messing with before he laid down with her a decade ago. It seems like he's always been into these types of women who be like, if I can't have what I want from you, I'ma just go and around with your best friend, and now you feel hurt because she did what she said she was gonna do, and now you don't want to be in the child's life because you're get the out of here. And I said, this all makes sense now. That's why he didn't want to be around. The boy felt butthurt that he wasn't the first choice, and she went ahead and did what she did and said, listen, I can have both of y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with little brother husbands. If y'all keep on getting to fighting, how we gonna raise this child? And after that, he's been quiet. If you're not familiar with the resilient Jenkins family on TikTok, they are a family of 7 with 2 adults who basically are beggars on the internet. Not necessarily the dad, but just the mom, who is in a multicultural relationship, very proud of it. And as they've been begging online, more information has been coming out about them.
Mother flipping frustrating when you've got more than one, especially coming at you like, hey mom, can I do this? Hey mom, do this. Mom, go make me dinner. You're in the kitchen. Okay, I'm in the kitchen making dinner. But then they come at me with, mom, the cat puked, come pick up the puke. Mom, I just dropped this. Mom. And it's like, bitch, who the fuck is Stephanie anymore? I don't even know.
So far, what we know is that Stephanie Thompson and Andrew Jenkins are still dating. They are not married because Stephanie is still married to a man who is incarcerated and appears to be single. She's most likely on some sort of assistance, or she is no longer married to him. She's staying on government assistance, and she's in a spiritual marriage with Andrew. I'm not sure which one it might be. It's up for debate, but tell me what you think in the comments, because what I think is that she's divorced from the incarcerated dude. Word on the street is just that she's still married to him because she still has the Thompson last name. I think she's single and she's using the government for its benefits. Andrew know that. That's why he's staying with her and he ain't getting no real job. Now, Andrew Jenkins is behind about $6,000 or $7,000 on child support, can't hold a real job to save his life, doesn't want to get his checks garnished, so doesn't want to get a W-2 job, cannot drive because he has a suspended license. So it's been speculated on the internet that not only is he driving under her name, Stephanie Thompson's name for DoorDash, but also Instacart, and he just does gigs. He don't even really do that much outside the home. And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, they put this little ass Christmas tree up and the internet went crazy because Andrew had on socks that the TikTokers done bought for him off that Amazon list, which the Amazon list just keeps on growing and growing and growing. They went from toys to items to all kind of extra shit for the household that they basically can't provide for themselves because they're lazy. The most recent video was of Stephanie doing a grocery haul and showing off what she bought. Now, I order groceries from Walmart. When I looked at this video, I said, ain't no way in hell y'all ain't on food stamps or using every little bit of money money you get off of TikTok and spending it, because them is some high ass groceries. I don't know about you, but I'll be buying off brand this, off brand that. You might have to do a little extra seasoning with it, but it worked just as fine, especially when you're on a budget. Does any of this food look like it's off brand anything? Or does it look like they bought the most expensive brand from an organic place, but got the nerve to say they can only stay in this apartment with all of these kids who are growing? These are not infant kids, but y'all go to the grocery store and ball out like this. No, y'all probably on food stamps. And there's another young lady on TikTok who brags about being a mother of 7 on food stamps in college. And now this young lady has a man. I thought about covering her story several months ago. I just didn't do it because I didn't know if we was really in that zhuzh, because I didn't want to make us super mad. But it's starting to irritate me that they keep on taking advantage of the system of government assistance as if it's not coming out of the working class checks. I had to get on stamps. I know some of the people in the neighborhood have had to get on stamps, and we appreciated them. But when we had the opportunity to go ahead and get off, we got off of them. One, I know I got off because I just didn't want to have to use it anymore. I wanted to be able to make the money to take care of my own self. Two, I was hoping that there was another mother who needed the exact same thing, and she had the exact same nice caseworker who didn't make me feel embarrassed or stupid because I needed that. So it was my turn to get off and then to let somebody else have my position because they needed it. That's what this program is supposed to be about, especially when you're taking taxes out of our check. We don't mind helping, but it feels like a slap or a spit in our face when we're helping able-bodied adults milk us. We the ones paying for it. So to see this even get up here and be like, oh, everyone's so mean to us.
Standing, like, non-judgmental point of view when it comes to the bedroom, or if you really just don't get the sense of it, because we wouldn't make the decision if it wasn't right for the kids. The front door is the only concern, and why would we shut them in the smaller space? And that's the thing, is like, I realize like some followers are gonna come from an understanding, like, I just kind of curious, they're not trying to be judgmental point of view, and we do want to be open and communicative with those people, so we try to get answers, but at the same time, when you know, it's not like you want to share all of your life. It's not actually how it works. No, I don't. I don't know where that's coming from. I've only ever joked about that. I don't smell it. Let's organize. Let's get out of other people's homes.
We're just a family trying to make it. Shut the up with all that noise. So yeah, there's somebody else who's already doing this food stamp hustle, and I said, let me show the people. Y'all want me covered? Let me know in the comments. Y'all remember Brenay, Tim, Devin, and Akira, right? So Brenay was married to Devin. Akira was married to Tim. Brenay dated Tim back in the day when they were 16 years old. She never got over it because Tim ended up marrying Akira. Brenay ended up marrying Devin. She kept on wanting Akira's spot. Eventually she got Akira's spot. She forgot Akira's mama is a shark attorney, and they were all married at the time. So Akira was like, bet that, we about to get a divorce. You about to give me child support and alimony, and Brenay, guess what? You about to pay me for being a mistress, because where they're at in North Carolina, you can sue the mistress if they knew that you were married and all this other type of shit. Anyway, they're about to go through a divorce proceedings in March or May of 2025. And right now, Brenay has been appearing online. So far, she has turned off her comments, and she's been telling people that she do not care about what anybody got to say. In fact, some clips have been surfacing of her and Tim's interactions, and I'm gonna tell you, it looks uncomfortable.
It's gonna be mushy, Brenay.
I know. I'm gonna just try with this. You put it on there? Yeah.
Somebody said, could you see yourself dating Tim? We're too much alike, bro. Hit my head one more time while I'm drinking this water.
Come on. Get back up again.
Come on, what?
Get back up again. Hey, boo! What did you get in your bowl? You didn't tell them.
I got white rice, pinto beans, chicken and barbacoa. I wanted to try it. It's alright. Fajitas. Pick up the gallo, medium salsa, sour cream cheese and lettuce.
Period.
With the Vinny.
The vinaigrette. Chipotle again. Yes, Chipotle again.
Excuse me, Lord.
Gosh.
Tim is not gonna be faithful to you. Tim is not gonna want to be with you once all of this is over, and or once the holidays start to happen. Tim gonna want to be around his own kids. I don't care how much of a house Brenay tries to make that home. There's not gonna be nothing better than him being around his kids and his ex-wife or the mother of his children. And Brenay is never gonna be able to replace his children's mother. I think she's one of them girls too who wishes the mother was dead so she could take that place. And she's been making subliminal little posts about how kids are everybody's kids. It's not his kids, her kids, it's they kids, some weird shit. But I'm telling you, that clip where he look over at her, where she look over at him and they're kind of talking, you can tell it just ain't zhuzhing like it need to be zhuzhing. So now they saying that Brenay done paid down Tim's speeding tickets, that Miss Akira said that Brenay was leaving teeth around their house to do root work to cast some sort of a spell on Tim. And Devin been looking good as hell. That boy arms done got swole, you hear me? As of today, it was updated in the streets that Brenay and Tim were at the courthouse. And I bet they were at the courthouse because Brenay was paying more of Tim's tickets. See, it's a dangerous game to get into being able to keep somebody because you could pay for their lifestyle, or because you give them gifts, or because you do for them. Not because they love you or they have an actual attraction to you, but because of what you could do for them. And I think Brenay has gotten to just that when it comes to Tim. We're gonna keep you updated on the story down here at the Just Case and Bread. Well, I just want to drop by, give y'all a little hood news update. I know last week I had asked what you guys wanted to hear more of, so we'll see how we can like start combining as many topics as we can into this hood news report. And maybe this will be something that we do midweek, twice a week. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm so thankful that you guys did tune in to the Just Case and Bread. Please make sure to like the video, share your thoughts down below, share the video with a friend, and come back next time. Make sure the notification bells are on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.